The number 1 Denton Ryan Raiders and the number 4 Cedar Park Timberwolves. Billy Swinney here, Ryan Linney on camera, and my cohort here.
Color.
And this is our second game of the first day of the state championships.
It's been a good day, Billy.
It's been a wonderful day. We're glad you're here to join us on Real Sports Live. Please hit that like button, share, so others can enjoy this broadcast. We are so pleased to be able to come up here and broadcast all 4 state championship games this weekend for 5A and 6A. 6A will be tomorrow, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. But now, Ryan, we get ready for 2 powerhouses. They're not strangers to this venue and not to the state championship games for sure. Both 14-0. So we're looking for a dogfight here.
Well, Denton Ryan's coming in preseason number 1. They're still number 1. They're going to try to go wire to wire number 1. But Cedar Park stands in their way. Their Black Rain defense is going to hopefully step up to the match tonight.
Both have really put out some outstanding wins during the playoffs this season. As you know, Denton Ryan, they defeated Summit, Highland Park, Longview, College Station, Adams, and Cedar Park beat San Antonio Veterans Memorial, Foster, Canyon, Manville, and last week defeated Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, and are now here to face the number 1 Raiders. You couldn't ask for a better football game to end the first night of the championship weekend.
That's what it's all about right here.
And as we see the Cedar Park Timberwolves emerging, and the Denton Ryan Raiders have emerged and haven't broken through their barrier yet. Here in AT&T Stadium, one of the most awesome venues in the U.S. This is just an incredible place for the state championship games to be held.
Folks, if you've never been here, you have to experience it one time in your life.
And with the COVID restrictions, they have spaced the crowds all the way around the stadium, so it looks like it's more crowded than it is.
Cedar Park has a run-through that's got they
got all the logos
the
of
Hunger
everyone
Games
they have defeated this year. And Cedar Park Timberwolves are now coming onto the field. The 2 big schools in 5A will go head-to-head here from AT&T. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors that were able to make this broadcast for tonight and tomorrow happen. If you'd wish and you'd like to advertise on Real Sports Live, please give us a call. Glad to get you a commercial online. That's the way we bring these games, sports to you.
Also, I'm going to thank
Real Sports Live will be covering a lot of state championships this year. They will be covering basketball state championships soon and baseball.
Those of you who are listed on YouTube or Facebook, give us a shout. Tell us where you're listening from.
Yeah, please comment. We like to see where everybody's watching from. Thank you for being here with us. Coin toss is now happening on the big blue Dallas Cowboy star. Cedar Park has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So Denton Ryan will start this championship game with the ball. So we'll get this thing underway. It's our second game of the day. Earlier, we broadcasted Aledo defeating Crosby for the 5A Division II state championship. This is the 5A Division I, the big 5A schools. As I said, Denton Ryan and Cedar Park, no strangers to the state championships. Cedar Park will be going for their third state title, and as will Denton Ryan. Denton Ryan won one in 2001 and 2002. Cedar Park won theirs in 2012 and 2015. Both teams haven't been here the past few years, but this COVID and everything, it's funny to be having the state championship games in the middle of January.
It's craziness.
2020 state championship games in 2021. We were talking about that earlier and laughing about it. Timberwolves getting themselves psyched up as the Raiders take the field. As they will receive this. And see if I can get some numbers.
Seems louder in here today than it did earlier tonight.
Back deep for Denton Ryan is Billy Bowman Jr. back out on the 10-yard line. And he is joined by Gary Ryan Robinson. They will both stand by for the Timberwolf kickoff. As Justin Borer will come out to do the kicking duties for the Timberwolves. Get this game underway here from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And they are ready to go here at AT&T. Borer now on the move, and this game is underway, and this will be fielded at about the 30-yard line by Ryder Hernandez. And he will fair catch that. He will not. It'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 30-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Ty Marsh. And Seth Hennigan take up quarter duties, back to pass. Looks, passes little over his receiver. Intended receiver was Michael Davis, off to the left side. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Seth Hennigan had 4 receivers set, 2 on either side. He was looking for somebody to throw to. He had Davis there in the flats, but just a little over his head. 2nd and 10 here. Hennigan gets ready, and he will hand this off. Big hole in the middle for Caleb Hicks, and Caleb Hicks picks up the first down for the Raiders, brings the ball all the way up to the 44-yard line. So the Raiders will have 1st and 10 from their own 44. Nice run up the middle by Hicks there. Kind of little danced and was finally brought down. And we have Billy Bowman running off the left side. Picks up a big chunk of real estate there. About 8 yards, be 2nd and 8. I'm not sorry, 2nd and 8. 2nd and 2 for the Raiders at the 48-yard line. That is the Wolverine 48-yard line. And here comes Hennigan. 4 receiver set, 2 on either side. Back with him, takes this, back to pass, looking, throwing straight down the middle of the field. This is caught at about the 35, still on his feet. That is Jatavian Sanders, who brings the ball down to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders at the Wolverine 20-yard line. Heck of a pass in the middle there. Raiders on the move. Hennigan giving his squad their instructions. 4 receivers set, 2 to each side. 1 back with him. Hennigan takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and is crowded by a whole bunch of Timberwolves. And that is Hicks running up the middle there. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 on the Cedar Park 20. 9:45 now on the clock and ticking away in this first quarter. Hennigan still 4 receiver set, 1 back right by his side. Puts a man in motion, takes the snap, back to pass, looks, throws this way out to the left. This is caught at about the 11 by Sanders. And Sanders gets inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Raiders from the Timberwolves 7-yard line. So Raiders threatening here. Nice strong drive by the Raiders here. Opening drive here in this state championship game. Hennigan, 3 receiver set, 2 to the right side. And he will hand this off. That is Hicks, who gets wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, but still manages to pull off a yard. Taking it down to the 6, 2nd and goal from the 6. Hicks didn't have much of a choice. He was surrounded by the entire Timberwolf defense, but he was still able to chunk a yard out of that. So 3 receiver set, 2 to the right side of Hennigan. 2 backs with him. Take this snap. Handoff, and this will not even make the line of scrimmage. That was Hicks on the run. He will lose 2 yards. So now it is 3rd and goal from the 8. So the Timberwolves making a strong defense within the 10-yard line there, Ryan. What do you think?
Yes, they're making a stand. Of course, they're coming in here with a chip on their shoulder.
And they got some major players, big boys up there up front. Hennigan, 3 receiver set, puts a man in motion, drops back the pass, and then he's going to keep it, runs forward. He gets hit at the 10, but manages to drag across the line of scrimmage and another yard. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 7-yard line.
See a field goal here?
So they will send in their field goal unit, it looks like.
Get a quick 3 points, get on the board.
And this is Clayton Robler to kick the field goal here. It is up and in. So the Raiders jump on the board first. 3-0 here in the 5A Division I State Championship from AT&T Stadium. Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this, folks.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back at AT&T Stadium, the Denton Ryan Raiders strike first with a field goal. They lead by 3 as they will kick this off to the Timberwolves for the Timberwolves. And this is Tristan Hervey, who will field it at the 10, makes a big hole up the middle and gets up to the 35-yard line, looks like. They're going to mark this at the 34. So the Timberwolves will have their first offensive series from their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Tristan Hervey there bullying his way through on that return. Ryder Hernandez has a 4-receiver set, trips to the right side, drops back to pass, throws this to the right. This is caught at about the 36. Big run down the line and is forced out of bounds. That is Josh Cameron. And he is forced out of bounds at the 49-yard line, picking up the first down and a whole lot more for the Timberwolves. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Hernandez take the snap. Hey, throws this out to left, caught. Big hole off to the left side. This is Gunnar Absek, who picks up a whole bunch of real estate. Another first down for the Timberwolves, deep in Raider territory now. 1st and 10 at the Raider 30. Hernandez not wasting time, snaps, throws out to the left. This is caught. And that is Cameron again. And Cameron actually is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Be a loss of about 3, so 2nd and 13 at the 35 or the 33-yard line. Hernandez pitches this out, looking for a runner. This is caught way back behind the line. The Raiders are there, ready for this.
Nowhere to go.
Gunnar Absek there looked like he was going to throw it after taking that from an end around, but all of a sudden was surrounded by Raiders. First contact made by DJ Arkansas. Brought him down.
Arkansas is a Rice commit, so he's got a future ahead of him.
So that brings up a 3rd and about a mile for the Timberwolves. Nice pass to the left side, and that is knocked away from Cameron there. He was well covered. Ball was batted straight out before it touched his hands, and that was knocked down by Ty Marsh. Heck of a defensive play. So 4th and long, ball back at the 41-yard line. So the Timberwolves will punt this. Joshua Pell to punt it away here for the Timberwolves. Punt is up. Looks like it's going to be down. Going to make a big bounce at the 15. And the Timberwolves will down that at the 16-yard line. Be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 16 with 5:11 left in the first quarter here. So Timberwolves making a strong offensive output there, and then kind of got slowed down by that Raider defense.
Yeah, they tried to go that with that pass, and just the receiver was hitting the backfield and never could regain his composure.
So the Raiders will get their 2nd series with the ball in this game.
Media
thank you all for
timeout.
joining us on Real Sports Live. Please comment. Tell us where you're watching or listening from.
Well, same thing, kind of. They're watching the logo.
looks like we have a timeout. We're going to stick with it here. Talk about these teams are pretty evenly matched, having their yardage averages for the season. 290 average yards per receiving for the Raiders, 309 for the Timberwolves this season, which is pretty close. Raiders edge the Timberwolves a little bit in average rushing yards, 213 for the Raiders, 152. We're at a timeout.
Billy, I'm looking at the chat here. We got people listening to us from Ben Bolt, Texas. We got people listening from Corpus Christi, Texas.
All right.
So guys, give us a shout.
So this is a media timeout. They take these during the state championship games to let all the media do their advertising thing. The reason we're doing this audio is a lot of people don't get Fox Sports, so you're able to listen with us here at Real Sports, and we're really happy for you to be here. Way down in the south, a lot of people listening to us. And here we go, 1st and 10 at their own 16. One of the Raiders. And it looks like Hennigan will keep this, runs up the middle. Huge hole. Picks up the first down and a bit more. 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 30. So about 14 yards there.
Well, Hennigan's pretty elusive.
Yeah, he can really dance through some holes there and avoid some tackles. Now with a 3 receiver set, 2 to the right. And he will hand this off to the left, and the races is Kiori Hicks, who picks up another Raider first down. He is brought down at the 41. 1st and 10, Denton Ryan from there. Heck of a run by Denton Hicks. 3 receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 backs with Hennigan. Hennigan will hand this off up the middle, and this is Hicks. And this is Kiori Hicks, who will carry this for another first down for the Raiders. Raiders really making these chain gang work here. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Timberwolves 45. Hennigan back to pass, looks, gets in trouble, and gets out of it somehow, throws this away. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. I don't know how he got out of that. He had a Timberwolf on his back.
Guy fell down, scrambled out of it, or he lost his touch.
But he was able to get up. His intended receiver there was Keegan Cunningham. Cunningham unable to get up there high enough to catch that. Brings up 2nd and 10. 3:40 left in the first quarter here. Handoff up the middle. And that is Caleb Hicks picking up about 5. This will be 3rd and 5. Ball sits on the Cedar Park 40-yard line. Hennigan, 3 receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 backs with him. Takes the snap, looks to pass, right down the middle, right in the middle of the field. This is caught. Caught by Keegan Cunningham for another first down. Raiders. Ball rest at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. 2:45 now in this first quarter. So Raiders really moving here, Ryan.
Just keep it going.
And Hennigan drops back to pass, throws to the left. This is incomplete.
Threw it over his head.
People wanted the flag there, but that ball was way uncatchable. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. And it seems like the Cedar Park defense starts to really stiffen up here.
Right down here between the 30-yard line and the goal line, they really step up.
They held the Raiders to just a field goal in their opening series. That's why the Raiders only lead 3-0 right now. Hennigan. 4 receiver set, 3 trips to the right. 1 back with him, and he'll hand this off. Up the middle is Hicks.
Oh, what a move.
Caleb Hicks, big move on the right side, and he gets inside the 5-yard line.
Caleb Hicks is a sophomore.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He gets inside the 15. They're going to call it down at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Raiders in scoring position again. I mean, gosh, Hicks there had some moves, was able to get out of a couple of sticky situations, was able to get some extra yards out of that. Hennigan hands this off. Hicks, and this is Kiori Hicks, and he will go in for the touchdown off to the left side. Touchdown, Raiders.
And he's a senior. So brothers playing on the team.
With 1:43 left here, as Roblier will come out here to kick the extra point. Ball is up, and that is good. So the Raiders, 2 drives, 2 scores. They lead 10-0. 1:43 left in the first quarter. Real Sports Live will be back from AT&T. Raiders leading 10-0.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Come back to Real Sports Live, AT&T Stadium. Denton Ryan leading Cedar Park 10-0. Shout out to some of you listeners from Gregory, Portland. Thanks for joining us here at Real Sports Live in our second game of championship weekend. Today is the 5A schools championship games. We covered 1 at 1 for Division II. This is the Division I 5A title game. Tomorrow we have 2 6A matchups.
Start with the small school.
We'll bring you those tomorrow at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m.
7 p.m. game's going to be Dodge versus Dodge.
That's a historic game. Father and son coaches going up against each other at the state championships.
Austin Westlake versus South Lake Carroll High School.
1 minute, 43 seconds left in this opening quarter, and it seems that this opening quarter went faster than the opening quarter of our earlier game, which seemed to take forever. But these two teams are showing their prowess here. Timberwolves all set back. Back deep is Jack Stera. And Tristan Hervey back to receive the kickoff from the Raiders. Back about the 15-yard line waiting for this. Kick is up. This is going to be a short to the left. This is fielded at the 29-yard line. Fielded by Josh Cameron, and Cameron will take this up to the Cedar Park 42-yard line, and that's where the Timberwolves will start their second series there. 1st and 10, Timberwolves. Hernandez. So 4 receiver set, trips to the left, drops back to pass, looks, gets in trouble, escapes it, throws to the right. This is caught at about near midfield. That is caught by Hervey. And he is brought down at the 49-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Timberwolves here. Hernandez. Receivers everywhere on both sides. Throws this to the right. This is caught. Big hole by Hervey. And Hervey gets deep into Raider territory. Down to the 34-yard line of the Raiders. 1st and 10, Cedar Park. Clock continues to run. Under a minute now left in this first quarter. Hernandez, this is a direct snap.
He was taken down quick.
And that was to Blake Burton. I'm sorry, that was Cade Hott running that up the middle. Close offensive set here. No receivers, one back. Hernandez in trouble, lows out to the left. It looks like he's going to have to keep it, but he is forced out of bounds at a... I'm going to see where they mark this. And he will lose a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Timberwolves. Ball rest at the 39. And that is the end of the first quarter here at AT&T Stadium. Denton Ryan Raiders 10, Cedar Park Timberwolves 0. Rio Sports Live will be back from AT&T. Stay with us, folks.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Back at AT&T Stadium, Denton Ryan Raiders leading Cedar Park 10-0. I'd like to give a shout out to all the people here at AT&T taking care of us. Ryan and I sipping on hot chocolate up here because it is kind of chilly.
Till you walk outside and that wind hits
They're
you.
really taking care of us good here. This facility is second to none for state championships for Texas high school football. It's an amazing place with that humongous screen out there. Helps
looks
us
like
out a lot.
More of the crowd has showed up. But being spaced like it is, it's hard to tell how many people are here.
It is kind of hard to tell how many people are in here
I'd
because
probably
it's
estimate
all the
about
way around the stadium. And you don't
3,000
usually
people.
see that here at AT&T because they bunch them up in the middle usually.
There's not a bad seat in this house.
There isn't. You can sit anywhere in the stadium, and you got a clear view
Got a
of
big
the
old
field.
TV in front of you.
It's there's just no bad seats here. at AT&T. Getting ready to start the second quarter here. From AT&T. So the Raider offense has just really moved against this Cedar Park defense.
They have several kids on that Denton Ryan team that's going to be playing college in their future.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple on the Cedar Park team also.
Is everybody having a good time here at AT&T Stadium? Real Sports.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility. Being a good role model is what matters. And it's about respect. For officials.
Back here, AT&T Stadium. We had to cut that off real quick. We'll play those later.
Incomplete pass there.
Incomplete pass by the Raiders down deep, intended for Austin Jordan.
Actually,
way down the field, but
that was Cedar Park.
Ball was kind of tumbling.
Fourth and
after
10.
Tipped by a Timberwolves. So we bring up fourth and 10 for the Timberwolves here. Pass in the middle and right in the hands and out again. So I get a number.
$34.
That is Houston Molinaro. Man, I hope I get these names right. Molinaro. Ball will go over on downs to Denton Ryan, and they will take over from their own 34-yard line. Sorry, I got mixed up there. Didn't know where I was at. I had the wrong roster up again. You got to.
Well,
hey, you said one per game.
One per game.
So that's it for this game. No more of that.
Yep. That's all right.
Here we go with Hennigan. Hennigan has a 3-receiver set, throws way out to the left, and we got some hands.
He's been all over him.
Still no flag.
Well, they're letting him play.
They're going to let these two teams play. I mean, he had a defender holding his arm. That entire route. Oh, yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's got away with some pass interference.
And he turned around and said, "What did I do?"
So that will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Hennigan takes the snap, hands this off. This is Deion Hicks, or Caleb Hicks. Dances a little bit to the left and picks up about 3. 3rd and 7 at the Raider 37. So I am guessing that these two Hicks boys are brothers.
Oh, yes.
And they are just on fire running this ball. And here we go with Hennigan, the 4-receiver set, 2 to each side, 1 back with him. That's pass to the right, way down the field. And that is Jordan Bailey. Just gets a fingertips on it, but it can't grab it.
Got another 4th down.
Incomplete. 4th and 7 for the Raiders, and they will bring out their punt team. Jatavian Sanders back to punt the ball for the Raiders. Back deep for Cedar Park is Shane Cathy. Hope I'm getting that name right. And he will wave that off, and it goes out of bounds. Trying to see where they're going to mark this. This looks like about the 38-yard line. So Cedar Park will have 1st and 10 from their own 38. 10:52 left to play in the first half.
Another media timeout.
Here at AT&T Stadium. Raiders leading 10-0 over the Timberwolves. Real Sports Live will be right back.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back at AT&T Stadium, the Denton Ryan Raiders leading the Cedar Park Timberwolves 10-0. 10 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first half. I'd like to welcome some of you listeners from Flower Bluff. Thanks for jumping on and listening to the game here on Real Sports Live. Happy to bring the state championship games for 5A and 6A to you down in South Texas. And
Got to say thank you to Joe Bowling once again.
yes, sir, Joe Bowling,
Top-notch guy, guys.
or the head cheese. He's really got behind us to come out and do the state championship weekend for 5A, 6A.
He's got a pretty good thing going here with Real Sports Live.
And we thank you to our sponsors who made this possible. And if you would like to be a sponsor on Real Sports Live, we cover more than football. We cover just about every sport you can think of for high school.
Including swimming.
Swimming. Just give us a shout. We'll get you hooked up on Real Sports Live during our live broadcast. Here we go. 1st and 10 as Hernandez has a 4-receiver set, trips to the right, throws to the right. This is caught. And that was caught by Gunnar Absack. And he will pick up about 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. Ball down at about the 46. Hernandez has to keep that, runs up the middle, picks up the first down for the Timberwolves. Ball rests at their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cedar Park. Hernandez sends 2 receivers to either side, one back with him. Takes the snap, looks to the right, throws. This is caught inside Raider territory. And that is Absack again, who will pick up another Timberwolf first down at the Raider 41-yard line. Hernandez, 2 receivers to each side again. He will keep this run at the middle. Before he gets there, he throws to the right. This is caught, and the ball is knocked out of his hands. That is
Knocked that out of bounds.
Kevin Adams. The pass was complete, but knocked out of his hands at looks like right at the 36. So that brings up 2nd. Be 2nd and 5 for the Timberwolves here at the Raider 36. Hernandez throws to the left. That ball is tipped up in the air.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
Nearly intercepted as Gary Rion Robinson was up there almost to catch that tipped up ball. Brings up 3rd and 5 at the Raider 36 for the Timberwolves here. As Hernandez will now have a 5 receiver set. 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Throws to the left. This is caught right near the 30-yard line. And that is Josh Cameron catching that. 1st down for the Timberwolves at the Raider 29-yard line.
He just about had that pass knocked down.
Yeah, he was a little, that pass was real low there. Hernandez rolls to the right, throws to the left. This is caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets away from 2 tacklers.
That's a flag. He threw him out of bounds after he was already out of bounds.
That is Jack Hestera.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, Hernandez.
Going to have a late hit out of bounds.
And that, there is. Oh, yeah, he did have him throw him down. And that is a penalty against the Raiders. And that will give the Timberwolves a bit more yardage. They are now on the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. 4 receiver set, trips to the right. 1 back with Hernandez. Puts a man in motion. Rolls right, looks. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown, wide open. Jack Hestera in the end zone. Outstanding. He was by himself in that end zone, Ryan. What a pass play by the Timberwolves.
Cedar Park drove down the field, scored a touchdown.
So the
We got a ball game.
Timberwolves jump on the board here in the state title game. We do have
We
an
have an
injury, and we will take an injury timeout. Real Sports Live, 10-6, waiting for the extra point when we come back.
Specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome back to AT&T Stadium. We await the extra point try by Cedar Park. They jump on the board with 9:13 left in the first half here. They look to close the gap here. Shout out to our listeners from Jinx, Oklahoma. Thanks for being here on Real Sports Live. As we wait the extra point by the Timberwolves here. And the Timberwolves have really moved the ball on this series.
Well, they looked real good there. Of course, they're shaking off the rust.
Yeah, shaking off a little bit of the rust there. Denton Ryan kind of helped them out with that penalty there. That late hit out of bounds helped them up in
those have to
close to the end zone.
Half the distance to the goal penalties don't help, really. Or depending on how you're looking at it.
And here we go to get this extra point tried for. See if they can come within 3 of the Raiders. I'll talk here. They are going to go for two. Hernandez, close set. They're going to go for 2 points. Man in motion, looks to pass, tosses it way up in there. This is caught in the end zone, and that is Josh Cameron. Good 2-point conversion. They close the gap within 2. So Denton Ryan, 10, Cedar Park 8, with 9:13 left in the first half here in the 5A Division I state championship from AT&T. Real Sports Live will be right back right after this.
Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition, and from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live here at AT&T Stadium. The Denton Ryan Raiders 10, the Cedar Park Timberwolves 8. With 9:13 left in the first half, and the Timberwolves kick this off. It's a short, bouncy kick. I don't know if that was intended or what.
It looked intended.
Intended onside kick there. Bounced up just over the 50-yard line, and the Raiders fall upon it. It'll be 1st and 10, Raider ball at their own 45-yard line. When you get two powerhouses like this and the score gets close, you know, when we're ticking down the last 9 minutes here till half, you got to see two teams trying to get the advantage before the half. 4 receivers set, 2 to either side for Hennigan. And this is a direct snap over to Billy Bowman Jr., and he runs way out to the left and gets into Timberwolves territory just. And this will be 1st and 10. No, I'm sorry. 2nd and 4 at the Timberwolf 49. 9:07 left in the half here. Hennigan, 2 receivers. He'll hand this off. That is Kiori Hicks, who runs off the left tackle there. And he picks up a couple. Brings up 3rd and 2 at the 47-yard line for the Raiders here. Clock is running. 8:40 now. Here come the Raiders up to the line. For 1 receiver to the right, 1 back. Hennigan under center, and we have flags everywhere. This is going to be motion. It looked like kind of all happened. Everybody, the line was moving there, so this ball will be moved back 5 yards. Instead of 3rd and 2, this will become a 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Ball now back in their territory at the 48-yard line. Clock running, 8:19 and ticking away. Hennigan, 2 backs with him. 3 receivers set, 2 to the right side. Hennigan takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks to the left, scrambles to the left, throws down the field. This is caught at about the 25-yard line. Touchdown. And that is Keegan Cunningham catching that on the left sideline down to the 25, and he takes it the rest of the way home. Touchdown, Denton Ryan.
Ooh, he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, he did. Back at the review.
There's going to be a review.
We were going to probably get a review here. He looked real close to the line.
From the sounds of the referees in the stands, it might be coming back.
I mean, that was awful close. They showed the replay on the big screen here at AT&T Stadium.
I mean, it was huge on that screen.
Yeah, it's massive. But it looked like he kind of crossed his legs to try to stay in bounds. So they're going to review this to see if he stepped out. to see if this 6 point stays for the Raiders. 7:59 left in the first half here. And he caught that right at the 20. Looks like it's a close. It looks like his toes may have went over the line there. Right.
Well, they're showing the instant replay on the screen.
It's close. It's
Look at
close.
Look at that.
Wow. I mean, we're talking.
That's green in between.
We're talking
there.
a hair.
I don't know, baby.
I
don't know.
You probably could get close to fitting a feeler gauge in there.
From the Denton Ryan side,
that is awful close.
Good thing for camera angles.
This is the only place you see plays reviewed is at the state championships at the high school level in Texas. You only have
that is correct
reviews of the plays at the state championships. Still talking it over, and they just showed it on the big screen,
like
and
that
I mean,
extra point kickers
it is close, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you there may have been one blade of that artificial turf between his toe and that white line.
the artificial replay booth up here is studying it pretty good.
Look at that. I mean,
look at that. See, it looks out right there.
So it is going to be close to tell if Cunningham
is a touchdown.
And he kept his foot in bounds. Touchdown, Raiders. So they will come out and try the extra point. So the 6 point stays on the scoreboard. That was close, man.
Kind of weird when you're sitting between both sides of the crowds. You hear boos on your right
Roblier
ear.
out to kick the extra point for the Raiders here. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Raiders extend their lead, 17-8 over the Timberwolves here with 7:59 to play in this first half. Real Sports Live, we'll be back from AT&T Stadium. Keep it right here with Real Sports Live.
Free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Back here at AT&T Stadium, big shout out to our listener from Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome aboard Real Sports Live here. The Raiders extend their lead 17-8 over the Timberwolves. Roblier is kicking this away as we speak. Deep down to the left. This will be fielded at the 8-yard line. That is... Oh, big hole off to the right there for Jack Hester, and he keeps it and is forced out of bounds at about, see where they mark this. Heck of a return there by Hestra.
Look about the 43, it looks like.
And he brings it up to about the 44, or no, the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Timberwolves. So great return by Hester there. Hernandez, 4 receiver set, 2 to either side, 1 back beside him. He'll take the snap, back to pass, looking downfield, throws to the right, caught at the Raider 45-yard line and out of bounds. And that is Gunnar Absek taking that pass. 1st and 10, now in Raider territory. As Hernandez gets a quick setup here, 3 trips to the left. He will hand this off up the middle. Up the middle is Kevin Adams.
He gained about 2 yards on that
He
one.
picks up 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 43. Of the Raiders, Hernandez. 4 receivers to the left. He's going to look that way, throws. Ball is tipped right out of his hands and falls down to the ground. That will be incomplete. So that will bring up 3rd and 8.
Big number 95, 96 knocked it out of his hand there.
And yeah, that is Bear Alexander knocking that down, getting his big old paw up there to bat that pass before it could get anywhere. Hernandez, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looking left, throws down the field. This is intercepted at the 30. Still on his feet, and that is Ty Marsh. And Ty Marsh intercepts that and is brought down at about the, looks like they're going to mark this where? At the 34? So it'll be 1st down Raiders.
He's doing a triple coverage.
At the 34-yard line. Yeah, he was in triple coverage there. I think that pass was intended for Cameron, but he was covered everywhere. 1st and 10 Raiders.
Like a blanket.
At their own 34. Hennigan, 2 receivers to the left, 2 backs with him. Throws this out to the left behind the line, and hook and ladder, throws it down the field, but a little bit ahead of the receiver intended was Michael Davis. Down deep. He threw this to the left to Billy Bowman. Bowman chunked it down the field. And that is incomplete. Brings up
That's
2nd
around the
and
trickery
10.
now.
Just a little bit too far. And also Javian Mays was on his heels. So here comes Hennigan. 2 receivers to the left. He throws to the left. This is caught by Sanders. And Sanders will take this up to around the 45. And that's where they will spot this. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 45-yard line. 6:41 and counting left to play in this first half. Again, gets the plans out to his troops here. We've got 3 receivers set, 2 to the right, 1 back there. That is Hicks. Takes the snap, looks to the right, throws to the right, caught at about the 48. That is Bowman. Bowman breaks open and is ankle tackled down at the Timberwolf 37-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Raiders. So that pass to Bowman there gets him down the field a bit. Clock continues to run. 5:50 left in the first half. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right for Hennigan. Takes it back, looks to pass, throws to the right, down the field. This is caught at the 5. Touchdown, Raiders. That is Bowman again, catching that and waltzing in inside the 5. Touchdown.
Yeah, the Oklahoma commit got a little bit of separation there. Was able to haul that pass in.
So Denton Ryan strikes again here with 5:36 left in the first half. As Roblier will come out here for the extra point. That kick is up and good. So the Raiders take advantage of a turnover. They now lead 24-8 over Cedar Park from AT&T Stadium. Real Sports Live. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
New store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here at AT&T Stadium, as the Raiders, Roblier kicks this off down deep. This will be fielded at about the 14-yard line. And that is Tristan Hervey returning that, and he brings it back to right around the 32-yard line. No, they're going to mark this at the 31. 1st and 10, Timberwolves from their own 31-yard line. 5:30 left in the first half here. As Hernandez brings out a 4-receiver set, 2 to either side, 1 back next to him. Hernandez takes the snap, quick handoff up the middle, big hole. Don't see a number, and he's dragging half of the Raiders with him.
He had the whole team on him.
And that is Kevin Adams dragging half of the Denton Ryan football defense with him up to near midfield. 1st and 10 at about the 47-yard line. And this will be Adams again taking the handoff. Picks up about, looks like about 8 yards. Yeah. Be 2nd and 2. Ball at the 45-yard line of the Raiders. Timberwolves on the move. Pass to the right. Out of the hands. Intercepted again. Bounced out of the receiver's hands and into the hands of Garion Robinson, who is returning down the sideline. Steps out of bounds at near the Timberwolf 20. Hernandez had a receiver. It hit his hands, bounced up in the air, and Robinson was waiting for it. Takes it and returns it back down deep into Cedar Park territory. This will be 1st and 10, Raiders.
Tried to walk a tightrope and it didn't work.
From the Timberwolves 19. 4:35 left in the first half here. Hennigan takes the snap, looks to throw, rolls to the right, and he will a little toss out in front of him there. That is Michael Davis, and Davis gets inside the 5, down to the 1. 1st and goal, Raiders from the 1-yard line. And Ryan, this Raider offense is taking advantage of these turnovers. They are doing something with them, and they are doing it quickly.
Denton Ryan is a real deal, folks. Number 1 for a reason.
Hennigan brings his troops up, closes up, 1 receiver to the right, 1 back. 2 backs behind him. He's under center. And he will hand this off. Touchdown. And that is, that is Anthony Hill taking that in, the sophomore for the Raiders, running it in, touchdown. With 3:51 left to play in this first half. Robleon gets out to kick the extra point.
Right down
that
the middle.
Is good. So the Raiders trying to take control here just before the half. They lead 31-8 over Cedar Park. Real Sports Live from AT&T. We'll be right back.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back at AT&T Stadium, 5A Division I State Championship. Denton Ryan Raiders lead the Cedar Park Timberwolves 31-8 with 3:51 left in the first half here. And Ryan, it looked like the Timberwolves were going to try to stay with the Raiders here. The Raiders are starting to pull away before the half.
Well, they've got to do something before the half. They do get the ball in the second half, so they need to get on the board before they go in for halftime.
Right, and they are fixing to get the ball back. So Roblier will kick this off down for the Timberwolves. Roblier on a short step, kicks the ball high, but this will be fielded about the 12 by Gunnar Absek, who brings it out to, looks like, as Absek, and he will bring it out to right around the 30-yard line, right on the 30 to be exact. 1st and 10, Timberwolves from their own 30. 3:45. They have plenty of time to score before the half here.
Can't get up cannot turn over the ball again.
As Hernandez will come out here. Has a 4 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 back with him. And he will throw this into the middle of the field. This is knocked up again, dangerous and close to some Raider defenders there. It almost happened for a second time.
It's like that receiver didn't even know the ball was coming to him.
It was hit by a Raider first. Matter of fact, DJ Arkansas bounced right off his hands and up into the air. Danger there. But Timberwolves still getting a 2nd and 10. Hernandez back, looking for a receiver, in trouble, throws to the left, open, caught at the 31. And that is Josh Cameron catching that, picking up a first down for the Timberwolves. Be 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. 3:31. There is a flag on the field. Offsides on the Raiders. That is going to be declined. So play gives the Timberwolves a first down at their own 45 or 44. 1st and 10. Hernandez takes a snap, looks to pass, throws it in the middle. This is caught in Raider territory. And that is Absek again. And he picks up another Timberwolf first down to the Raider 41-yard line. Timberwolves hurry up offense. 4 receiver set, 2 to either side. Hernandez takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks, throws to the right, but that hits the ground long before it gets to the intended receiver, who was Preston Scott.
Looked like he just tried to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think he got in a little trouble there, and he jumped up and threw it, and it just not going to happen there. So brings up 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves. 2:54 left on the clock here in this first half. Hernandez, 3 triplets to the right. Throws right in the middle again. This is caught at about the 43. And Absek again picking up another Timberwolf first down. First and 10 Timberwolves at the Raider 30. Quick offense again. Hernandez puts a man in motion, takes a snap, looks to throw, throws way to the right, in coverage, caught at the 11-yard line, still on his feet, and loses the ball and is taken away by the Raiders at the 6-yard line.
Wow. Wow.
Everett catches that, and Marsh is right there with him and takes it right out of his hands at the 6-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 Raiders at their own 6. And turnovers have spelled it here. I mean, perfectly caught. And Marsh just pulled it out of there. Ball spun up in the air, and he grabbed it. First and 10 Raiders. And this is a handoff to Caleb Hicks. Caleb will pick up 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8. Ball on their own 8-yard line.
You're the Raiders. You're thinking of scoring again before
I
the
know,
half.
it's plenty of time. Clock is running now at 2 minutes. And we've seen their scoring attack here. As Hennigan gets the troops up. 3 receivers out there, but he'll hand this to Caleb Hicks, who runs up the middle. Gets beat on the 10, looks up to the 11. Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Raiders. Cedar Park will take a timeout here with 1:40. And we will stick with it here since we're so close. And Ryan, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers by the Timberwolves here.
Costly
so
mistakes.
they are shooting themselves in the foot here. I mean, but that was a beautiful catch there by Cameron.
You can't turn the ball over against the number 1
and
team.
he was right there at the 6-yard line, and I mean, Marsh reached in there, had a hand on the ball, and it came spinning out up into the air and
It looked
grabbed
like he was
it.
carrying it with one arm instead of protecting it with his other arm.
So with 1:40 left, brings up 3rd and 5 for the Raiders here from their own 11. And they don't look like they're throwing any big balls down the field to try to get some yardage. They're letting the running game kind of chew up the rest of this clock in this first half. Hennigan, 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 back with him. And he will hand this off to Kiori Hicks. Kiori runs right up the middle, and he may have gotten enough, and he did. First down, Raiders at the 17-yard line. Clock continues to run now at 1 minute and 25 seconds till halftime. Hennigan. Kiori Hicks behind him. And he will pass this, looks down the field, looks to the left, doesn't see anybody, rolls to the right, and he will keep this. Hennigan keeps it, runs, gets past the hole, and slides it down at about the 29-yard line.
The old quarterback slide.
1st and 10. Clock now under a minute and counting. As Hennigan sets up again here for his 1st and 10 play. And he hands this off to Kiori Hicks. Runs up the middle, picks up about, look close to him.
Like that's going to be it. Last play before half.
4 yards. And this will be the last play before the half, probably.
Well, maybe not. They want to.
2nd and 6. Ball sitting at the 33. Hennigan Looks left and right. 14 seconds left. The snap comes. Looks out the pass. Throws way downfield. And that is way ahead of his intended receiver. And that is Billy Bowman down there, who caught the last touchdown pass for the Raiders. Incomplete with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they're going to go for broke.
Hennigan brings him
One more play.
his offense. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kiori Hicks behind him, puts him to his right. And we have a flag. That's going to be motion. Motion on the Raiders, so this will come back 5 yards. So we'll bring up 3rd and 11. Ball back now at the 28-yard line. 5 ticks left on the clock until halftime here. Hennigan, 2 receivers, puts his back in motion, hands us off, same play, and this is Kiori Hicks up the middle. Big holes, gets away up to the 40-yard line. 39 is where they're going to mark this, and that will do it for the first half of this 5A Division I state championship match. Denton Ryan 31, Cedar Park 8 at the half. Real Sports Live. We will be back in just here in a little bit to talk about some stats and maybe a little bit about the second half here at Real Sports Live. Thanks for joining us here at half. We'll be back in just a few, folks.
Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TV.
Welcome back here. Halftime at AT&T Stadium for the 5A Division I state championships. And Denton Ryan leading 31-8 over Cedar Park. And Ryan, if you look at these stats come to us live during the games. And if you look at the receiving yardage, you look at the rushing yardage, the receiving yardage is almost identical. Matter of fact, the passing yards for both teams, Hernandez for Cedar Park has 180 passing yards, while Seth Hennigan from the Raiders has 191. It's almost even in the passing category.
Split.
But then if you look at the rushing yards, the four leading rushers, Kiori Hicks, Caleb Hicks, Seth Hennigan, Billy Bowman, all except for Caleb, all of them have a touchdown.
Well, clearly Denton Ryan
But the
capitalizing.
Ryan touchdowns have come off of 3 turnovers.
Yes.
Or no, we didn't have a touchdown the last one. But they have taken advantage of 2 interceptions. And in my opinion, it's just the passing by the Timberwolves is just not high enough. The Raiders have been able to get a hand. Defensive players have been able to get a hand on just about every pass.
You tip that ball and it goes up in the air and it's intercepted. Cedar Park has got to limit that in the second half.
It is really something here. We're going to try to get to team stats here. I'd like to see. I mean, wow. If you look at the team stats, the game stats themselves, it's really almost even. The only thing that is way off is the time of possession. Ryan is at it a whole 15 and a half minutes, while the Timberwolves only had it 8.5 minutes.
Well, they're controlling the clock. They're controlling the game.
Both 32 plays, offensive plays by the Timberwolves, 37 by Ryan. Ryan's only dominant in the yardage, 333 to 201 of Cedar Park, but they're just about even everywhere else. It's kind of weird. The one thing that really makes that difference is to the 2 interceptions lost and 52 return yards on both of those and 1 fumble lost. So 3 turnovers have really cost it.
They've
the
got
Timberwolves here. Timberwolves had a right there. They lost the last fumble right there at the 6-yard line. Awful close to making the score and narrowing the gap before the half.
He put his hands on his helmet as soon as that ball was stripped. He knew it was another turnover.
Keep commenting on YouTube and Facebook there. Tell us where you're listening from. Try to give you a shout out. We're glad you're here to join us in Real Sports Live from AT&T Stadium. Our second game out of a 4 championship game weekend. 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. 6A will be tomorrow. Real Sports Live. About 12 minutes left in the half.
Halftime. Yeah, halftime.
And we will be back in just a bit. Real Sports Live. Stay with us here, folks. Be back for the second half kickoff.
In provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Rio Sports Live back here at AT&T Stadium for the 5A Division I state championship between Denton Ryan and Cedar Park. Ryan Raiders are leading 31-8 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves as the Raiders retake the field here as we get ready to kick off the second half here. Timberwolves will be getting the ball to start the second half. And they still got 2 quarters left here, Ryan. What do the Timberwolves need to do to bounce back?
Hold on to the ball.
I agree wholeheartely. Turnovers have really done it all.
Hold on to the ball.
Another shout out to a listener from Refugio. Hey, that's your mom, man.
Hey, hi, Mom. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening in on us, folks from Refugio, Texas. Give away the secret. That's where we're from. We are so happy to bring you these state championship games from Arlington, Texas, here on Rio Sports Live. Rio Sports Live covering many high school sports, including basketball. There's a game tonight. swimming, baseball.
You know, Billy, I can get used to being in here every year.
Yeah, and Real Sports Live will be covering a lot of the state championships tournaments this year.
Be nice if our high school was here while we did it.
So anyway, we are glad you're all here with us at Real Sports Live. Ryan leading 31-8, getting ready to kick the ball off to the Timberwolves to start the second half here. And right at the beginning there, both teams look to slug this out. And turnovers have spelled it a little bit different for the Timberwolves as Ryan has pulled away 31-8. Let's see how second half adjustments are for the Timberwolves.
Those are going to be important.
And we will get things going here shortly. Both teams getting last minute tips from the coaching staff before they take the field. AT&T Stadium. The state high school football championships of 2020 and 2021.
AKA Jerry World.
And
it is huge.
He has built a fine house here. And the Timberwolves are now taking the field.
And we're still in the TV timeout, so.
As we get ready here. Back deep. Gunnar Apsek will be one of the gentlemen to go back deep for the Timberwolves. A few more instructions. Guess they're waiting on the officials. Having a little.
Well, the guy down there in the orange sleeves hadn't
power.
Brought the game back from the TV timeout yet.
Thank you for the kudos there, Mike Anderson. See you there. Thanking us for covering the games. We appreciate that. We are still sitting here talking, so we're going to have a little message here, as we couldn't hardly do it earlier, but we're going to do it now. A little message from the UIL before the second half kickoff.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And the Raiders are set to kick off. Ball is away. And this will be fielded about the 12. And that is Absek making return, and he gets rolled up at the 20-yard line. So going to mark this at the 21, 1st and 10, Timberwolves from there. So Hernandez, 4 receiver set, trips to the left, one back with him, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks to the left, throws. This is caught at the 25. by Josh Cameron.
Well, Marshall's hanging on to that jersey. Let him go.
Picks up about 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 for that. Hernandez will hand this off to Cade Hott. And he picks up 2 of those. Brings up no, they're going to give him a first down. 1st and 10. Ball resting on their own 32 here for the Timberwolves. Hernandez quads out to the right, throws to the left. This is caught at the 35. That is Jack Hestera, who has been playing a key role here for the Timberwolves. Here we go, 2nd and 7. Hernandez looks to throw, but he gets in trouble. And he will lose 1 yard on this.
Alexander there again.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
It's a big lineman there.
Those big boys there from Denton Ryan. Bear Alexander, yeah. So here we go, 3rd and 8. Hernandez looks in trouble again, looking down the field, sees no one, still in trouble, one way back at the 10. Oh, and he is wrapped up and down near the 10. Flags fly way deep. Hernandez kept dropping back and eluding, kept getting deeper down near the 10-yard line and throws the ball as he's going down. We do only speculate here. Flag goes towards that.
Denton Ryan thinks he got a touchdown.
Blindside block. That is on the Timberwolves. That is declined.
Denton Ryan scores another one.
Where'd the touchdown come from?
The fumble.
I did not even see the fumble. That's how tricky that was, folks. But it seems the Raiders have made it back into the end zone. Touchdown, Denton Ryan. 10-10 left in the 3rd quarter here. I did not even see that as Roblier gets ready to kick the extra point. Wow.
His foot should be nice and warm. He was out here kicking at halftime.
I did not even see the fumble and into the end zone. Wow. I didn't see all those bodies, didn't see it. And the kick is up and through. As the Raiders now take a 38-8 lead. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left.
Look, his arm might have been.
There was a pickup and run in there by Marquise Hill Jr., who picked up that fumble and ran into the end zone. I didn't even see it. But the flag, I thought he had tried to throw and it landed on the ground, but he fumbled it. His arm wasn't going forward. Roblier will get out here and kick it back to the Timberwolves, so not looking good here for the Timberwolves.
Now they get a 15-yard penalty. They're kicking from the 45.
They added a penalty here onto the Timberwolves, so this kick will be kicked from the Timberwolf 45-yard line. So Roblier will kick this into a short field. As Absek waits for the kick, and this will go into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves at their own 25-yard line. 10-10 left in the 3rd quarter here. And bad luck on turnovers started out bad for the Timberwolves has gotten worse, as the Raiders have capitalized on 3 of those turnovers already.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right.
Hernandez, 5 receiver set, trips to the right side. He throws this to the left, but that is into the ground. Intended receiver there was Hestera.
It's like Cedar Park is completely breaking down.
Yeah, they just, it's, I don't know. They came in playing strong in that first quarter and looked real good and looked to put up a heck of a fight. But I think these turnovers, they really sap a team. It takes morale out here and there. Hernandez drop back to pass, in trouble, gets away, runs out to the right, throws. And they are going to call this on the ground and incomplete, which will bring up a 3rd and 10 from their own 25.
The Denton Ryan bench has got the towel swinging.
And just the momentum.
Keeping the fans going down there.
Is Joe Strong over there. Timberwolves are going to have to come out swinging here. Hernandez. 4 receivers set, 2 to each side. Puts 1 in motion. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks down the middle, runs out to the right, throws way down the sides, way out of line. That actually landed in the stands.
Oh, wow. It's a nice catch there by the fan.
Yeah. I mean,
4th down.
4th and 10 for the Wolves. They will punt this away. It's Cade. Joshua Pell to kick this off. And there's a high punt fielded at the 40 by Billy Bowman. Billy Bowman runs out to the left, and he is forced out of bounds at the Raider 41-yard line. Great field position again for the Raiders here. First and 10, Denton Ryan. They lead 38-8.
Looks like we got a TV timeout.
With 9:36 left in the third quarter. We have a timeout on the field. Real Sports Live will be back from AT&T Stadium. Stay here right here with us, folks. We'll be right back.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game is played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Back at AT&T Stadium, 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 41-yard line. Hennigan hands this straight off to Kiori Hicks. Barrels up the middle for about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8. So I would imagine the Raiders are going to work the field and the clock.
They're going to run the clock as much as they can.
3 receiver set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Hennigan. Hicks behind him. And he will throw to the right. This is caught at the 25-yard line. By Keegan Cunningham.
No, it's incomplete.
They're going to call it incomplete. So brings up 3rd and 8. Back at the 40, their own 43. So I guess he just could not hold on to that. Hennigan, 5 receiver set, trips to the right, 2 to the left, no backs with him, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks down the field, little dump to the right, that is caught at about the 45, flag down.
See some laundry.
As Jatavian Sanders catches that and gets all the way past midfield, but the flag, we'll see what that flag is for. Came up right after where Sanders caught that ball.
Offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference against Denton Ryan, so that will not count, and this will come back. And more for the Raiders.
I didn't
Brings
see it.
Up. A 3rd and 23 from their own 28-yard line for the Raiders here. So Hennigan's got a job to do. 4 receiver set, 2 to either side. And he will hand this off to Hicks up the middle. Big hole by himself up to the 50 now. Now into Timberwolves territory, and he is forced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Wow. Kiori Hicks up the middle, finds a huge, massive hole, gets by a couple of Timberwolf tacklers, and barrels it down to the Cedar Park 32-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders. So 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Hennigan. Kiori Hicks right behind him. Snap comes, hands this off to Kiori. Kiori goes again up the middle. This time only a couple of yards, about 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. Ball resides on the Cedar Park 29-yard line. Hennigan here takes the snap, looks to pass, throws to the right, wide open at the 15.
Yep.
Is Michael Davis, and Davis has a tackler in front of him and skips by him and runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
He just took a little step back. Let the
Yeah, he just
defender
took a step
fly
back
right on by
and
him.
let that Timberwolf defender come by and miss. And just trotted on in the end zone for another Denton Ryan touchdown. with 8:05 left in the third quarter here. As Roblier comes out to kick the extra point. That kick is up and good. So the Raiders taking a very commanding lead, 45-8 with 8:05 left in the third quarter here. Real Sports Live from AT&T Stadium. We'll be right back for the kickoff. Just a few moments. Stay with us, folks.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here, AT&T Stadium, Real Sports Live. Raiders 45, Timberwolves 8 in this 5A Division I championship. And Ryan, the Raiders are proving why they're number one in 5A Division I.
Absolutely. You cannot give them an inch. You cannot turn the ball over 4 times. It just doesn't work.
That does put a hamper on winning a football game.
The last game of the year. You don't want to do that.
But the Raiders still attack with their passing game here. Fervently move it down the field and score again with 8:05 left in the third quarter.
And we got a lot of football left to play.
That's still a whole quarter and a third. So we're having fun. Ken Roblier is out to kick this ball back to the Timberwolves, and it is going to be high and short.
And out of bounds.
Out of bounds. At about the 13-yard line, that will be a penalty. Timberwolves will get some yardage here. This will be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves at their own 30-yard line. 8:05 left in the third quarter. As Hernandez and crew comes out, 4 receivers set, trips to the right. One back there with him, takes this snap, hands it off the tackle there, and into a swarm of Raiders. And that is Cade Hott running that, and he picks up about 5, brings up 2nd and 5, ball at their own 35-yard line. Hernandez looks to pass, throws to the right. This is in and out of the hands of Cameron. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5. As Hernandez looks to the sideline for a play, gets it, puts 4 receivers out there, 2 to each side. I'm back with him. Takes the snap, looks to the right, throws in the middle. That is caught just past the 40. That is Amsek catching that. He gets it up to about the 48-yard line. Brings up a 1st down for the Timberwolves here. 1st and 10. Hernandez back to pass. Rolls to the right, looking, Heaves it way downfield. Open at the 20. Caught. Wow. What a catch by Jack Hestra at near the 20. Gets inside the 10. And I mean, Hernandez did everything he could to get that up to the ceiling of AT&T Stadium. And Hestra catches that at the 20-yard line, gets inside the 10. Here we go, Timberwolves in. Hernandez looking around, gets in trouble, rolls to the right, throws towards the end zone, and out of the back. He just could not find the receiver. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 9. Hernandez, I mean, he's been in trouble quite a bit line. He's had some Raiders right there chasing him down in the backfield. And here we go. 3 receivers set. 2 to the right, and he's going to throw this to the right. Wide open and in the end zone.
Walked right on in.
Cade Hott. Touchdown, Timberwolves. It's a beautiful little fade play. I mean, Hott was by himself on the right-hand side of the field. Touchdown for Cedar Park. So Timberwolves finally adding some more points to the board here.
Oh, blocked.
And the extra point
was blocked
by Justin Bohr is blocked. Falls onto the ground and covered up by him. So that the score will stand 45-14. Denton Ryan leading in this 5A Division I state championship game. Real Sports Live from AT&T Stadium. Stay with us here, folks. We'll be right back.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have.
And here we go from AT&T Stadium. The kickoff to the Raiders. Oh, bumbled by a Raider there. He tried to field that at the 20 and it bumbled out of his hands. And that was Jordan Bailey, but he was able to jump back on the ball inside their own 20, so it will be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 19-yard line. 6:39 left in this third quarter. Still another quarter after this. Timberwolves can't count them out yet. Go Hennigan, 4 receivers set, 2 to either side, and he will hand this off. And that is Caleb Hicks, who will run up the middle. And he will pick up about 6 yards, brings up a 2nd and 4 up to the 25-yard line for the Raiders here. Hennigan puts a man in motion, pushes it out front. This is taken by Billy Bowman, who runs out to the left and cannot move the ball up the field. He will lose a yard. So it's now 3rd and 5 from their own 24. Timberwolf defense there kind of got in there and kept Bowman from going forward.
Be a good time for Cedar Park to step up a little bit.
3rd and 5. 6:01 left in the third quarter. Hennigan, 3 receivers set, 2 to the right. Takes the snap, looks down the field, looks to throw, throws to the right. And that pass
Almost
intended
picked off.
That pass intended for Jordan Bailey, but in and out of his hands. Brings up 4th down and 5, so the Raiders will kick this away.
Well, Cedar Park held.
Cedar Park defense held strong on that series. Helped by Cody Marshall there from the Timberwolves on that last play. Punt is away. Down deep, bounces about the 50, down big Raider bounce. Rolls down to 30. There is a flag now on the field. Raiders down the ball down at the 28, but a flag came before that ball was touched down.
The ball was rolling.
The ball was still rolling, and a flag came back right around the 40-yard line. No flag. Flag has been picked up. So it'll be 1st and 10 Timberwolves from their own 28-yard line.
That sure was nice of him to pick up that flag.
I don't even know where the penalty was. I mean, there
wasn't nobody around that guy.
Maybe he was so excited that was a heck of a. They were watching that ball bounce. He said, "I'll stop it with my flag."
All right.
1st and 10 Timberwolves from their own 28. 5:41 left in the 3rd quarter. Hernandez looks for a receiver. Can't see one. Runs around to the right. Picks up a few running to the right. He will be forced out of bounds after getting a few yards here. Looks like about 4. Brings up a 2nd and 6 at their own 32-yard line. Hernandez, 4 receivers set, 2 to either side. One back with him, drops back to pass, looks to the left, throws. This is caught at the 35-yard line, and that is Hestra. And boy, the Raider defense is really trying to pull that ball out. Again, they are trying to strip it. It is a 1st down for Cedar Park, and you can see him really digging, but Hestra is covering that ball up. 1st and 10. This will be a handoff for the Timberwolves. And that is Cade Hawk running to the left side. Picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 at the 43 of the Timberwolves. Hernandez, receivers everywhere. Nobody back with him. Drops back to pass, looks to the right, throws. Short pass caught at the 50. And that is Hestra again, or Amsek. Catches that at the 50 and brings it into Raider territory. Amsek taking it 1st and 10, Cedar Park at the 43-yard line of Denton Ryan. Hernandez, receivers everywhere, drops back to pass, looks downfield, way downfield. Pass is going down there, double coverage. Pass intended for Amsek, and that will fall incomplete. With 4:21 left in the 3rd quarter, Denton Ryan leading 45-14. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves here. 4 receivers set, trips to the right for Hernandez, one back with him. Hernandez takes a step, drops back, quick pass to the middle, and that is batted down again.
That big Alexander again.
This time Alexander, he got those baseball glove-sized hands, puts them up there.
He's playing a good game tonight.
And he has disrupted the Cedar Park passing game so much here. Brings up 3rd and 10 for Cedar Park. Ball at the 42. Hernandez puts a guy in motion. So he trips on the right, drops back to pass, looks to the right, looks to the left, throws it way, way to the left out of bounds. Only target down that way was Hestra, but he was not really open. Hernandez chunks that ball way high and out of bounds. Brings up 4th and 10. And we will see. And what do you think here, Ryan? You definitely have to go for it here.
Well, you got to go for it.
Even though
all they need is 10 yards.
You're at their 42-yard line. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Hernandez. By himself in the shotgun, drops back to pass, gets in trouble, rolls out again, back to the left, and he will throw this one away. And the ball will go over on downs. It will now be Raider ball at their own 42-yard line. 4:01 left in this third quarter. Seemed like that first half sped up. Now the second half is really slow.
Slow down a little bit.
Denton Ryan leading 45-14. 4:01 left. And here's Hennigan. 3 receivers, 2 to the left. And he will hand this off to Hicks. Kiori Hicks, and he will pick up 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Ball sitting at the 44-yard line. Hennigan puts his receivers out. He has 2 to the right, 1 to the left. One back with him. That's Kiori. Hennigan takes the snap, hands it off to Kiori Hicks. Hicks off to the left, tries to get around the end. Let's see if he picked up anything, and he does. He picks up a yard, brings up a 3rd and 7 at their own 45-yard line. Receivers to the right now, 1 to the left. Hennigan passes to the left. This is caught at about the Cedar Park 45. That is Tavian Sanders, who picks up a first down in Timberwolf territory at their 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Raiders. 3 receivers set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And Hennigan will look again to the sideline. See if this is the play they really want to run. Kiori Hicks behind him. Hand off to Hicks. Kiori Hicks, he'll pick up about 3.
They're gonna pick away the yardage here.
Yeah, burn up this minute 50 now and counting left in the third quarter here. It's be 2nd and 7 at the Timberwolf 32-yard line. So Hennigan looks again. Get the plan here. Only 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, way out wide right for Hennigan. Hennigan with Hicks behind him. And he will hand this off to Hicks. Hicks runs off to the right end and picks up a big chunk of yards. Not quite
just short,
the first down marker, but it will bring up 3rd and 2 at the 27 for the Raiders. 55 seconds and ticking here in this third quarter. So it looks like they will get at least 1 playoff before we move into the fourth quarter.
Timeout.
Denton Ryan will take a timeout here with 30 seconds left, and we will take a short break with them. Real Sports Live will be right back. Denton Ryan leading 45-14.
It helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors, shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Back here at AT&T Stadium. 3rd down and 2 for the Raiders at the Timberwolves 27-yard line. One receiver to the right for Hennigan. Hennigan will drop by and hand this off.
Looked like they picked it
That
up.
is Billy Bowman running up the middle. And is it enough to pick up the first down? It is 1st down for the Raiders now. 1st and 10. Down to the 24-yard line. 11 seconds, and this will tick off for the 3rd quarter here. And that will give us 12 minutes of football left for today. 45-14 the lead by Denton Ryan over Cedar Park. We will move into the 4th quarter as soon as we return. Real Sports Live from AT&T. See you back in a minute.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Welcome back to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Real Sports Live bringing you 5A and 6A state championship games in 2 days. We have 12 minutes left in the 5A title games. Earlier today, Aledo defeated Crosby in the 5A Division II state championship. We covered that. We're now in the 5A Division I state title game. 12 minutes left to play here. Denton Ryan leading 45-14 over Cedar Park. And that will finish off day 1 of championship weekend for 5A, 6A here at AT&T Stadium. We will be back tomorrow for 6A action. 1 p.m. with the 6A Division II state championship game. And again at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening with the 6A Division I, which
Tomorrow's
is going to be
a
historic,
a barn burner.
called the Dodge Bowl. And you have a father and son coaching 2 teams against each other.
Now, Riley Dodge played for his dad at Austin Westlake.
And they will be pitting their teams against each other for the 6A Division I state title tomorrow night. Join us here on Real Sports Live for that game. We will be here to call both of them tomorrow. From here at AT&T Stadium. Wonderful facility here in Arlington. And both teams come out after this halftime, or this break between quarters. Final 12 minutes of play in this title game. Denton Ryan with a commanding lead. 1st and 10 at the Timberwolves 25-yard line. 24, sorry. Here we go. Hennigan 3 receivers back. He will he'll throw this to the right. Caught wide open at the 21-yard line. And that is Keegan Cunningham, who was wide open. Raider passing game, Ryan, has just been flawless tonight.
Absolutely.
1st and goal.
They don't make very many mistakes.
At the 5 for the Raiders.
Looks like they're going to get another one.
And it looks like Hennigan's going to go in the center. 2 backs behind him, receiver to the right, but I would guess this is going to go to one of those backs. No, he's going to toss it up in the air in the corner of the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. That is Jatavian Sanders in the corner of the end zone catching that. Still keeping his feet in there. Touchdown.
What a play.
Denton Ryan. So it did not take very long into the 4th quarter for the Raiders to get that into the end zone.
Only 15 seconds has elapsed.
So here comes Roblier out to kick the extra point for the Raiders.
Right
Almost
through the
offside
uprights.
there. Drilled it right down the middle. Denton Ryan, 52, Cedar Park 14, with 11:45 left to play here at AT&T Stadium. And Ryan, looking at this matchup coming in, both teams were pretty much even in their averages and their yardages all season long. Cedar Park coming in at number 4 ranking, as Denton Ryan coming in at number 1. And there at first we thought, well, we're going to have a clash here. But
Denton Ryan
turnovers have told a dirty tale for the Timberwolves.
Denton Ryan just turned it on there
And
into the first
Denton
quarter.
Ryan has capitalized on a lot of those turnovers and mistakes there. And they now lead 52-14. In this final 11 minutes and 45 seconds of play here. Roblier gets set to kick this off down the field. Kicks this one, boots it way down. This is going to be fielded at the 10 by Kaylon Davis. Davis will bring it out to about the 25. Davis brings it out there. Be 1st and 10 Timberwolves.
You look at the rushing yards.
They're going to give him on the.
Denton Ryan has 206 rushing yards to Cedar Park's 2.
So they'll be on 26, 1st and 10.
In receiving yards, Cedar Park actually leads 279 to 264. So
yeah, you can tell right there. I mean, the
Denton Ryan's
game,
pretty balanced.
And it's not on the scoreboard because of those turnovers.
No, it's not on the scoreboard.
There we go. Hernandez hands this off. Player gets to the line of scrimmage, and guess who's waiting there? Mr. Alexander.
Man.
Drags him down.
That guy is only a junior. What a ball player.
That was Kevin Adams running that, but he still picks up 3. 2nd and 7 now for the Timberwolves. Hernandez back to throw. He gets in trouble, almost gets out and is knocked down, ball loose, but is recovered again by Luke Williams. Falls on that fumble. Hernandez got in trouble, hand got in there, and then got hit from behind by Braden Marion, and the ball just came out of his hands. Almost another turnover for the Timberwolves.
They can't afford one right
the
there.
Turnovers have been disastrous for Cedar Park tonight. So brings up 3rd and about 15 now for the Timberwolves, deep in their own territory. Hernandez, 4 receiver set, trips to the left. He'll roll to the left, throw it way up in there, and that is out of bounds.
Guess who was giving chase?
Nobody can get it. Oh,
Guess
yeah.
who was giving chase?
Yeah, it was Mr. Alexander
Man.
hunting, quarterback hunter. That's what we're going to start calling him. I think it's safe to say at this point, defensive MVP, and they are pulling him off the field. He is a junior.
He's a junior.
So he will be back next year.
He's a big
as
dude.
the Timberwolves will punt this away. Short punt. This is fielded at the Cedar Park 40. See where they marked this. That's a 41.
Look at that line that Denton Ryan has.
I tell
Look at
you
those
what,
guys.
you should have seen. I kind of laughed at it there. See if I turn so I can get a number here. And that is Mason Danny. I guess that's how you say. He had a block. Just, wow. 1st and 10, Raiders. At the Timberwolf 41-yard line. And this is handed off. Up the middle. That's Kiori Hicks running up the middle, and he picks up 7 yards,
Well,
2nd and 3.
That's going to be my prediction for offensive MVP, Kiori Hicks.
Kiori Hicks. That's a toughie. That's going to be a toughie, man, because I tell you what, Billy Bowman has been there on some outstanding catches. Oof. Raiders have had some offensive weapons.
Billy Bowman will be playing for Boomer Sooner next year. Oklahoma, up in Norman.
Sanders has been there on a few plays, but I think I'm going to try to make a guess on Bowman there. Handoff up the middle, got by Kiori Hicks, who will pick up the first down. 1st and 10, Raiders at the 30. Looks like they're running here. 9:06 and counting left in this 5A Division I state championship game. So glad everybody's on board to listen with us here.
Be sure you come back tomorrow and listen some more.
We have 2 games tomorrow. 6-8. Oh my goodness. We've got motion by the Raiders here. So back it up 5 yards.
Number 72, Appleton, moved slightly.
1st and 15. Yeah, slightly about 5 yards. But it was.
He knew it too.
Yeah, he knew he did it.
They're slapping his face mask right now.
I'm sorry, Coach. 1st and 15 here. And again, tosses this to the right, and this is the other Hicks. Caleb Hicks finds a big giant hole, gets inside the 10.
The sophomore.
These 2 brothers, man, they could share the MVP.
Oh, absolutely. Put that on the
So
wall at the house.
1st and goal for the Raiders down at the 8. Clock down to 8 minutes and still moving.
These Raiders don't stop. They just keep going.
They just roll and roll and roll. Caleb Hicks there. I mean, it looked like everything was closing in on him just after he got past the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden, there he is. Here we go. 1st and goal here. Hennigan will hand this off up the middle.
And a ball.
And there is a loose ball.
I saw a loose ball there. Oh, no, they got the ball back. Appleton.
Appleton was the one that fell in. That was his apology right there.
His saving
for
grace.
moving earlier. So it is 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Raiders here. 7 minutes now.
We did
counting left here in the game. Hennigan under center, and we got flags. Movement. Okay.
We hadn't mentioned this yet, but quarterback Seth Hennigan's dad is actually the head coach for Denton Ryan.
Right. Sure is, Dave Hennigan.
So a lot of
now
father-sons
second
on the field.
Second and goal back at the 8 again. As we look at big old Murray Robinson getting ready to do some damage for the Timberwolves there. And that is a handoff, and he is in on that tackle, which is, that was Kiori Hicks there running up the middle, picks up a few. Ball now rest at the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal from there. 6:14 and counting left to play here.
This is where Cedar Park gets
Raiders
strong.
in no rush. In the huddle, probably talking about colors and ice cream. Two backs with Hennigan and back there. This is a handoff out to that's Kiori Hicks. Runs out to the left and around the end and gets up to around the goal line. They're going to call this a touchdown. Another score for Kiori Hicks. How many touchdowns is that for Kiori in this game? I know he's got
That's
a
a
couple.
good question.
Oops. A little overzealous on
Well,
the scoreboard.
I've lost the stats.
Out comes Roblier to kick the extra point. And that is up and through. Denton Ryan, 59. Cedar Park, 14. 5:41 left to play here at AT&T Stadium. Real Sports Live. We're going to take a small break and come back for our final 5 minutes and 41 seconds of the first day of championship weekend. Be right back, folks.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender.
Back here at AT&T Stadium as Roblier gets set to kick this off back to the Timberwolves. 5:41 left to play here. He boots this one high and long. This will be fielded at the 9. And that is Hunter Luke turning that. And he will take this up to 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves at their own 24-yard line. Hernandez has a 4 receiver set, trips to the right, and he will hand this off to Chance Scott.
Lost the yard.
They may have a different name. Oh, now I know why. You didn't see that. That was Tyree Nicholson on that.
I didn't see nothing.
Right. That's right. You didn't. 2nd and 11 for the Timberwolves. Hernandez drops back to pass, looks, scrambles to the right, throws to the right, wide open at about the 26. Caught. That is Preston Scott.
We got that long blonde hair coming out of that helmet.
But that will only be good for about 3 yards. So brings up 3rd and 8. at the 26-yard line. Clock down to 4:30 left to play here. I mean, you're at AT&T. I know you're behind, but time to have some fun here. Hernandez.
And tipped again.
Has it, and it is tipped again.
Guess who?
And yes, Now Alexander's out of the game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't him. Guess who?
Oh, really? Okay.
Looked like number 34 got his hand on the ball there.
Okay, Ryan. They're sitting there playing games with my mind now. It's too late to be doing that. 4th and 8 for the Timberwolves. They will punt this away. That is Joshua Pell down there to punt it away for the Timberwolves. High punt. This will get big bounce for Timberwolves bounce, but this will be fielded at the 32. And that is fielded by Billy Bowman, no less, who doesn't really get any yardage out of that return. He was surrounded pretty quickly. Be 1st and 10 Raiders. Close to the 31-yard line. 4:01 left to play here at AT&T Stadium in our second of 4 games this championship weekend.
Got a media timeout.
And we will take a break here with 4:01.
Thank our sponsors. Thank
And
those who got on with us.
We would like to thank all of you sponsors that made this possible for us to come up here and cover all 4 state championship games.
Got to thank Joe Bowling one more time.
For you, the fans, Joe Bowling, the man with the plan for Real Sports Live, allowing us to come up here and do our trade. And it's fun. We love doing this.
Absolutely. Next time.
And about 4 minutes and 1 second, and we're not going to take. We're going to hold right here for a minute. We are going to hold because I think they're just going to take a short break out of this. And you kind of see the Timberwolves kind of deflated here by all these, these turnovers. And it's hard to swallow when you're at the state championship game.
Hey, but you know what? They're here.
You've had a heck of a season. And like we said before the Division II game, it is incredibly hard for a football team to get here.
It is. It's one of
at any classification, folks. It is not a shoo-in.
It's one of the hardest things to do in Texas.
Hard for a high school football team to make it this far.
And play 15 games in a COVID season. That's even harder.
And the drama, like you see here, I mean, you always see greatness from Texas high school football.
Oh, yes. There's nothing in the world like it.
But for Cedar Park, I mean, they had a tough season. All these teams have dealt with COVID-19 all year. Cancellations, of course, 5A, 6A having to wait until October to start their seasons. They didn't even get any pre-district games.
Let's just say going 14-0 is pretty hard, too.
And both teams are 14-0 and at the state championship. And that's a lot to say for both of these teams. Hennigan will hand this off up the middle. It looks like we have a new running back here. And that is John Hutchinson running that up the middle. Picks up a couple of yards there.
Cedar Park band's just been playing their hearts out.
Davis in their quarterback now for the Raiders. So they get some play time here. It's a sophomore quarterback growing into the position here in the next couple of years.
Hey, what a perfect place to get some experience is a state football game.
Fall start there on the Raiders. That will back them up a little bit. Down to 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to play here at AT&T. So the clock now starts to roll again. Davis has 3 receivers set, 1 back.
Quarterback's watching the coach, so he knows when to start to play.
They're watching the play clock. And he will hand this off up the middle. That is Hutchinson again up the middle. And I think he doesn't get anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Ball is still on the 31. Clock continues to pound down. 2:40 left to play here. Ryan leading 59-14 here in this 5A Division I state championship, which we expected a closer game than this, but when you have this many turnovers, it doesn't stay close. Davis will hand this off up the middle again.
Billy, I stand corrected. Riley Dodge played for Todd Dodge at South Lake Carroll, not at Westlake.
John Hutchinson.
Riley coaches at South Lake
Getting ready
Carroll.
for the Dodge Bowl tomorrow night.
It's going to be a good one, folks.
It's going to be a good one. Tomorrow afternoon should be a good one, too.
Let's talk to one of the staff here at AT&T Stadium. They're expecting 15,000 people here tomorrow for that game.
And the way they're spreading out the crowd, it looks like it fills the stadium. You see
we're going to have
fans
the
all the way
top
around.
ring. The top ring's going to be used tomorrow, maybe.
Clock continues to tick on down. Down to 1:30.
Delay of game.
Delay of game on Denton Ryan. Moving back in for some more.
And the hugs from the Denton Ryan side have started.
And Denton Ryan coming out for their 3rd state title. And they punt that away. And
first since 2002.
That was beat down right around the Timberwolves 45-yard line, so that's where the Timberwolves will have it 1st and 10. 1:23 left to play here at AT&T Stadium. Real Sports Live. So happy you all joined us today. Join us tomorrow for 6A state championship games. Division 2 will be at 1 o'clock. Division 1 will be at 7. Real Sports Live will be here to carry those games audio. We will have highlights after each game. We're going to try to get these highlights up as quick as possible after this game. This will be a handoff to Cade Haught to the left. And he picks up a 1st down. Gets down to Raider territory. 1st and 10. Now under a minute here.
See some folks leaving already.
And
trying to beat the rushing.
we have
the
Joshua
crowd.
Hill at quarterback for the Timberwolves. And some jumping.
Uh-oh.
False start there on the Timberwolves. With a flag. I mean, they were letting them play the 1st quarter of this game, and now there's a flag with the last 46 seconds. We're going to congratulate Denton Ryan here and Cedar Park for making it here to the state championships.
Referee's asking for the game clock to be on 46 seconds. It looks like it's there already.
He said 36.
I'm sorry, 36
they took
seconds.
10 seconds off So there's 36 seconds left. As Pell will hand this off up the middle. And that's Cade Hott. Except a few.
Looks like it might be the last play there, Billy.
Game will end. Ticking down.
There's the bath.
Denton Ryan Raiders are your 5A Division I state champions, defeating Cedar Park 59-14 here at AT&T Stadium. Here for Billy Swinney, Ryan Linney, Real Sports Live. Join us tomorrow for 6A title games. Both of them, 1 o'clock, 7 p.m. 1 o'clock p.m., 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Gonna be fun, guys.
For tonight, good night from Arlington AT&T Stadium. Thanks for listening, folks. See you tomorrow.